Questions you're afraid to ask. Episode number 1. Men, do you still check out other women even though you have a partner and love her, are loyal to her? I love my partner. I would never cheat on her or fantasize about anything like that. But I can't help noticing other women and thinking, wow, she has an amazing face. Or, that's a great butt. Sometimes I even catch myself staring for a bit. I never say anything out loud, and I don't think it affects my relationship, but I'm curious, does anyone else go through this too? I'm married, not blind. My wife and I window shop together, browsing the display and actually making a purchase, two completely different things. I'm a married straight woman, and even I sometimes check out other women. I'm sure my husband does too, and that's totally normal. Sure, I might occasionally notice an attractive man, but when it comes to pure aesthetics, women are the real works of art. There's a difference between looking and staring, or lusting. It's normal to glance around and notice attractive people, but staring at them or fantasizing about them when you're with your partner, that's just disrespectful. Why does body positivity focus on overweight women, but not on short men? It especially bothers me because overweight people can lose weight, but height is something you just can't change. Body positivity folks don't give a damn about fat men, men with small penises, or bald guys either. Short answer, pardon the pun, because men don't support it. Body positivity for overweight women comes from other women. Men don't do anything like that. If you want the movement to support men, take the first step. Speak up when someone's being a jerk, etc. Get all your friends to do it too, and try to spread the message. It won't just appear out of nowhere. Do guys ever play with their balls outside of a sexual context? Like girls sometimes get bored and play with their boobs, smack their butt, or just check if everything's still in place. What about your balls? Removes hands from balls, brings fingers to nose for a sniff. In the summer, I have to adjust them almost every hour. Literally stumbled upon this thread while holding my balls with one hand and typing with the other. Is it true that some women are just logs in bed? I'm a woman myself, and I often hear about this phenomenon, either in conversations or online, but I find it hard to believe. It's honestly kind of funny to think there are women out there who just lie there like a piece of wood during sex. Is that really a thing? Edit. Yes, I understand that this behavior can stem from trauma or lack of experience. I just want to say to women who relate to this, I hope you find healing soon and gain the confidence to enjoy intimacy in a safe space with a good partner. Sending you love and good vibes. I think log is a pretty harsh word, but I'd say a lot of the women I've been with didn't really put in much effort. It becomes really noticeable once you meet someone who actually participates. Yeah, they exist, and I've had experience with a few, but to be fair, there are reasons behind it. Back in college, I had a girlfriend who just didn't react to anything in bed. I kept stopping because without any feedback, it felt like I was doing something without her consent. In half those moments, she'd grumble that I stopped, and the other half she'd say, "Why did you stop? I was about to finish." Like, how the hell was I supposed to know that if she never showed it? Later, after we stopped sleeping together, I found out her ex used to yell at her for moving or making sounds during sex. Knowing that made me feel kinda crappy for thinking she was the weird one. Have you ever seen someone else's kid and thought, damn, that's one ugly child? Do you think it's natural to notice stuff like that? Like, oh no, that's a really unfortunate looking baby. Or is that something people condition themselves to think? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I feel like it's kind of normal. Like when you see an unattractive couple and go, ah, that's why their kid looks like an Ewok. It's sad, honestly. When you see an ugly child, it kind of bums you out because you just know life's going to be hard for them growing up. They don't stand a chance. If we were Spartans, that kid would have been cast out. Maybe that's why we notice these things. Yeah, but I politely keep my mouth shut. What I really wonder is, are there parents who actually think that about their own kids? Have you ever seen a super attractive couple with a really ugly kid? It's brutal. Even worse when the kid grows up and you realize there's just no hope. I've seen the opposite too. This one super weird looking couple, like the weirdest I've ever seen, had a kid who was stunning. Like someone swapped out their actual baby for a model. If you're planning to hook up with conjoined twins, do you need consent from both? I'm kinda scared this question popped into my head this morning. As far as I know, you need consent from both of them. Same reason conjoined twins have separate driver's licenses and passports. Yeah, you need consent from both, because technically they're two separate people. Which raises the question, does that make it a threesome? Yes, and actually there's not enough information to say for sure. Some conjoined twins have one vagina, others have two, so it totally depends on the number of vaginas involved. What would a court do if it needed to sentence only one of the conjoined twins to prison or house arrest? The court would release both. The justice system prefers letting a guilty person go free over punishing an innocent one. If I eat corn and then poop, and there are whole kernels in my poop, can I eat them again after rinsing them off? Do they retain any nutritional value from the first time I ate them? Dude, if eating poop is your only option, I'll send you $10 so you can buy some ramen. I'm just trying to find a glitch that gives me access to infinite food. The reason corn comes out like that is because it's not digested very well and isn't very nutritious. So, putting aside the horror of eating poop corn, you just won't get any calories or nutrients from it. If size doesn't matter, then why are most dildos way bigger than the average penis? I think a lot of our misconceptions come from the porn we watch. In real life, the women I know usually buy and use toys that are average in size. The giant ones you see in porn are rarely bought in reality. If you go into a more progressive, women-oriented adult toy store, you won't find those monster dildos. There'll be a few that are above average, but most will be medium or smaller. My friend's parents owned an adult toy store. According to them, the only people who buy the giant dildos are gay and bi guys. Why do women believe in astrology and pseudoscience like crystals and energy more often than men? I've noticed that women bring up these topics more frequently than men. I'm not judging. I'm just genuinely curious. Is it something to do with how male and female brains are biologically wired? I'm really curious. I don't know. Probably for the same reason men are more likely to fall for conspiracy theories or believe that aliens walk among us. People are the same. They're just drawn to different flavors of mystical nonsense. I know a few grown men who believe that wearing a specific hat on game day is the only reason their favorite team hasn't fallen apart yet, so I seriously doubt women have cornered the market on pseudoscientific beliefs. If I'm not mistaken, there was a study on this. It turned out that belief in astrology correlated with the feeling of losing control over one's life. The more someone felt at the mercy of outside forces, the more likely they were to believe in astrology. I can hear my roommate jerking off. How do I tell him we can hear him? I live in a college dorm with 2 other guys. One of them cranks it pretty often, and the problem is, I can hear him from my desk, and he doesn't realize it. I don't care that he does it. I mean, how else do guys unwind? But I think it would be fair to let him know that the bathroom door is clearly not thick enough to muffle all that sound. I just don't know how to bring it up. Please help. Tell him you heard him pooping. Then he'll say, "But I wasn't..." Oh. Send him this thread in a DM. Even better, tag him directly. Back in college, I had a friend who lived in an apartment with super thin walls. His neighbors would get freaky in their bathroom, and the sounds traveled through the vent right into his place. So one day, while they were going at it, he went into his own bathroom and joined them, basically started mimicking their noises and moans. They went dead silent immediately. People who shower in the morning, do you go to bed dirty, or do you shower twice a day? When I was a kid, I was always told you had to bathe before bed, so when I found out that most people shower in the morning, I was confused. I've never heard of anyone showering both before bed and in the morning, but since that's not illegal, I'm really curious if such people exist. I always shower in the evening, but I know people who only shower strictly in the morning, and some who shower multiple times a day, regardless of the situation. It's all personal preference, but personally, I can't stand going to bed dirty, so I shower in the evenings. I can confidently say that we all have very different ideas of what it means to be dirty. I work from home at the computer. One shower in the morning is enough for me, unless I'm doing something that makes me dirty or sweaty. Are cops in the US really as bad as they're shown on the internet? I think one of the biggest problems is that this profession attracts a lot of people who really shouldn't be in positions of authority. I grew up in a small town where everyone knew each other. The guys who used to bully others in school became cops. They could still mess with people, only now the law protected them. Like many things in America, it depends on where you are. As a former journalist, I've dealt with many police officers, and a lot of them, especially in small towns, were decent people. But eventually, I came to the conclusion that even though there are good individuals in the system, the institution itself is fundamentally broken. It's in how it trains its people, how it treats violence, and how it interacts with the communities it supposedly protects. That, along with basic tribalism, means that even good people can become part of a bad system that corrupts the institution as a whole. As they say, one bad apple spoils the whole bunch. And when it comes to an institution we entrust with justice, and sometimes even with deciding who lives and who dies, we must demand the highest possible standards. Thanks for watching. Share the questions you're too afraid to ask in the comments, and don't forget to check out our other videos. See you next time.